Hey everyone, how's it going? Hurst Quayzar here, and you're in Quayzar's Customs playing a little Car Mechanic Simulator 2018, and we're doing movie cars on the set, and today we are going to do Born to Race. Now this was suggested by one of the subscribers on YouTube, name being Boostinge, something like that, 23, Boostinge 23, suggested this Born to Race car. Now, I really didn't think we had a WRX in our workshop, but guess what? I was so totally wrong on that. So I automatically, when I thought, okay, I'll check into it. Checked into it and I went, I think I've seen this movie before. I'm not sure when I saw the movie or where I saw the movie, but I remember seeing it. And then the more I think, the more I think about it, I think it was like on an HBO movie. Like when I was out traveling, it was like an HBO movie. I swear, I think it was. I remember watching it, and it was one of those movies that just because it had cool cars in it, it kind of drew me in. And I remember it. I don't think it was that long ago either. So, and the only reason why I say that is because when Boostage 23 actually suggested this, I looked it up on the internet just to see what I was getting myself into and see what car he was talking about. And I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that. Oh yeah, I remember that. Oh yeah, I remember that. So I know I've seen it. I just don't know where I've seen it at. It's like you hear the comedians do the whole bit that you walk into a room and you forget why you walked into the room. Yeah, that's me. That's exactly me right now, because I don't remember when or where I saw this movie, but I do remember seeing it. So, just as his suggestion, we are going to do up the WRX from Born to Race. Now, when I did do the search on the internet, was looking around, I remembered a lot of the movie, not all of it, but one piece I did remember was that, well, okay, so the story goes like this, right? Teenager, out street racing, and basically gets in trouble, right? Smashes his car into a police officer, and basically his mom sends him away to live with his dad. Okay, so that is the backdrop of the story. Now, does that sound really familiar to you guys at all? Anyone? Anyone at all? Are you a Fast and Furious fan? Let me ask you that. Yeah, it sounds a whole lot like Fast and Furious 3 Tokyo Drift. So, as I was sitting here thinking about it as I started firing up this video, I should have looked in to see what came out first, Fast and Furious 3 Tokyo Drift or this Born to Race movie. Now, there are a couple of movies it looks like when you look up Born to Race. You have this one, which was, I believe, the original one. And then it looks like there is a second one. The second one I have not seen. So if you happen to check out this particular movie, it is the first one, and I don't know how to differentiate between the two. I think the second one has to do with road racing, slalom racing, something like that. So if you happen to come across that, then you'll know what I'm talking about. Alright, let's stop talking for a minute so I can understand what I am doing here. One of those, two of those, two of those, and let's go into the suspension. Couple of those, one of those. One of those. Okay, so this, we have rubber bushings and we have small rubber bushings, so we have to get 8 of each of those. And one of those, and of course both those bearings. Yeah, so I didn't know we had a WRX in the workshop, and when they suggested it, I was like, okay, I'll check it out. I am happy we have one. No lie. Anyway, let's see. So to back up, so this kid gets shipped off with his dad, right? His dad actually comes and picks him up, picks up this car right here, this WRX, and the kid goes and lives with him. Right, so I thought that was awful odd. Sounded like, very, very similar to Fast and Furious 3. You have to almost have to be kind of oblivious to movies to see that not happening right there. So, of course, the kid is, he's tech savvy, right? And his dad's like old school savvy. So that's that's a good way to put it. His dad was old school savvy, and the kid's like up to speed on all the electronics and gadgets and stuff. Where's sway bar B? Where's sway bar B? Okay. But anyway, of course he gets, he gets in trouble. He has his things with high school, and they basically, and of course he's racing his cars still, and somebody decides to clip his brake lines, and he's out. I don't remember, like I said, I don't remember all of it, but I remember he's out. He's highly mad about something, and he went to go hit the brakes, and his brakes go clear to the floor, and he comes to a T in the road, and of course he takes this WRX straight into an embankment, right? So it's all wrecked up, and who does he have to call? He has no one to call but his dad. So of course his dad's had him working in the garage, trying to get him to, I guess, kind of like punishment. I guess you're working in the garage because there's scenes where he's trying to work in the garage and he had 3 tune-ups, and the kid didn't know how to use a fueler gauge, for crying out loud. So it's stuff like that. So it makes you it really shows the generation gap. It's basically what it's showing. It's a generation gap between the old school muscle guy and the young kid who basically uses a computer to tune his car with. So about that. But yeah, his father thinks the kid's just crazy, that these kids in high school are out to get him, and something was wrong. He just felt like the kid was to blame for everything, until one afternoon he's got his son's car up on the stand, and he's looking around underneath of it, and he does see that the brake lines have been cut. So then he starts believing in his son. So that's a cool thing. But another parallel universe to Fast and Furious 3. He's trying to get his car back together, because what the high school is doing a drag race. So the winner of the drag race is going to win a scholarship to this racing school. So, and I think that was a point of contention between him and his dad, was he wanted to do this, and his dad told him basically no, that you shouldn't be racing, blah blah blah. His dad is like an old washed up NASCAR driver, so that's you have that in the background, because dad was a racer, I want to be a racer, so you had that going for him. Another, like I was saying, the other parallel to Fast and Furious 3 was the dad gives up his car so his son can race his own car. So in this movie, the dad has, the dad has a Buick. Now I don't know if it's a GNX or not. I think it might be just a basic Buick Regal, bright red. But I don't know. Some dude was had at one point, had pulled up on a stoplight. He owned a '55 Chevy, all custom, and they basically raced, and the kid's dad beat him, right? And so it shows you that the dad was having fun racing. It was it was a blast for him to beat this guy, this blowhard, basically. So when the dad finds out, the brakes have been cut, he actually lets his son submit the paperwork to do this drag race. Unfortunately, his car's all busted up, so they do an assessment. And of course, near the end of the movie, his friends pull together and becomes part of this pit crew. He's got this girlfriend that this other guy liked, becomes part of his pit crew, and they basically take a look at this car and say, you know what, we don't have basically didn't have the cash to put it together. So what does the dad do? Of course, the dad sells the GNX, or the Buick Regal. I don't know if it was actually a GNX or not, to be honest with you. Don't remember. I don't actually think it was. These guys are running 40s. I think I'm going to let's see, how does that look on the front? It's got a lot of gap there, a lot of space. I would like to have a lower profile tire. Okay, so I'm going to go 20s. I think I'm going to go 20s. And, ooh, which ones should I go with? I'm going to run with a set of 20s. And I think these were kind of, oh, I know which ones I want. I want, it's very similar to this. I think I'm going to go with these right here. I think this is probably the best setup right here. Is the classic 16s. Let's go ahead and get 4 of those. I'm going to go with, there are an 18 on here already. I'm going to go with a set of 20s. We're going to chrome these bad boys out because they are chrome. Alright, so basically Dad sells the Regal to get all the car parts. So the rest of the movie you'll have to watch. I'm not going to tell you the whole movie. Come on, that's no fun, right? Alright, anyway, hope everybody is doing well. I hope this video is finding you guys happy and healthy. Wow, what a week. Just, things are going crazy everywhere. And luckily for me, this is around the Christmas holidays, and hey, I do not have to travel for the next couple of weeks, so I'm in good shape here. Wait a minute. What was we're running a we're running a 235 on that? Oh, we can do much better. We can do much better. We're gonna go with a race. I think I'm gonna go with a sport tire. 2 of them we're gonna go through the back ones here. 235, huh? So we're gonna do. Let's go with a 275 for the 30 profile. Alright, this will be interesting because I'm just really guessing at what to do with this. I like the profile. Now, as long as it's going to be big enough on there, it'll be good. I wanted to fill the wheel well a little bit. And actually, what I needed to do was to probably lower this bad boy a little bit. Give it a little bit of, get a little bit more of a stance. It would probably help. Okay, so I'll take that wheel off. Go ahead and balance that one. We'll throw this 20 on just to see, just to get a rough estimate of how we're doing here. Okay, so we went with a 275. Ooh, that is looking good, I think. I think we're okay with that. Alright, I think we're good with that. And how does it fill the wheel well? Actually pretty good. I probably could have gone with a 35, I think. I could have gone with a 35. Would have been in good shape with that as well. But I think I'm going to stick with that 20. And let's dump, oh, what am I doing here? Let's go ahead and dump these 2 old ones out. Alright, let's get back into getting the front end down here. And if I'm not mistaken, this is an all-wheel drive car, so this is going to be an interesting. Oh yeah, this is going to be interesting. Now I did start building a motor, which is over on the stand over there. So I just last night I got kind of bored, and I thought, oh, I'll get a little bit of a jump start on this. So that's what I was doing last night. Anyway, I was saying that I'm hoping you guys are happy and healthy. And oh, I've got to take the other side off. What am I doing? I didn't think I was going to be able to get some of these videos done around the Christmas holidays. So you are lucky you're getting them, because I honestly didn't think I was going to have time. But I've had, with this request, I felt like I had to get it out, and it didn't take long at all for me to find this car. I don't know why. Found it laying in the junkyard, and usually I would pass them up. I wouldn't even look at it, but it was probably about the third or fourth trip to the junkyard after I read Boostengle 23's comment that I was like, yeah, I found one. So slapped in the garage here, started working on a motor for it, and that's probably been about it. I mean, I did very little research on the movie just to see what the car was, and I started getting into it again. I was like, man, I swear to you, I've watched this movie somewhere once before, just don't know where. Oh, I don't want the oil pan. What am I doing here? Okay, so I've got to get, there we go. All the parts are a little screwy. Get rid of that. But the starter's in. Ooh, we gotta get the starter from the engine bay. That sucks. But it looks like I can. Yeah, but I've got to put the engine and stuff back in here before I can get the full front end done. So, let's get what I can done. Got a cooler over here. There we go. There we go. All right. Oh, that didn't sound good. That never sounds good, man. Whew. A rust bucket. All right. What were we able to? Oh, well, hang on. Let me clear off my list. Okay. Jump in here. Brakes, of course. These are all bad. Ooh, half shaft. That's never good. Yeah, not a whole lot to the front end. That's kind of surprising. Alright. I'm happy with that. I think I can deal with that. Not a whole lot of money coming out, so that's good. Okay, I needed a cylinder. Ventilated brakes. This is probably going to be another car that would actually be pretty good out on the track. If you've kept up with my Rot to Rad series over there, we just built ourselves a Evo over there, and I was thinking the same thing. I'm thinking, that thing would probably do pretty good on the track. So if you guys are looking to do the Racer Boy challenge, these are the cars. These two cars are probably the two heavy hitters that would probably do a great job getting that job done. Seriously, I think it would greatly improve your chances. That's for sure. Front sway bar, front wheel hub. Inner outer tie rod. You saw that I picked up the shocks in there too. Okay, so for the rubber bushings, remember this is a partial front end, so we're going to go with the 8 bushings there. Link A's, and of course the bearings. Alright. Now for the front end, what do we have for tires on the front end? 235/40. So basically we have let's see what we can do here. We gotta go with a sport tire, right? Okay, we'll go 20s. We did a 275 on the back. Let's go with a 265 on the front. We'll go with a 35 profile. And you know what? I may have to go 35 on the rear just because. It's got a little more girth in between the rim and the pavement, so that might be the way to go on the back. These back ones, I've got running a 30. I may have to go with a 35 on that. Thinking I may have to do that. Okay, let's see, what do we got here? Can we just go ahead and sell these? Yeah, we can sell these parts off. Bad shocks we can get rid of. Keep the tires for right now because I'm not sure exactly what I want. I think I'm going to go with the 35s on the back. I'm not sure the 35s are going to fit snugly in the front. Oh, and we're not going to be able to do that because we need to pull the transmission out. There we go. Whew. Yeah, that motor is just nasty. There we go. Pick up the tire, shock absorber, and then we'll get to building this front end. Now I've said on several occasions, it's like, oh, this is I haven't built this car before. This is another one of those cars that I have not built. Shoot me, but it's just one of those cars that I see in a junkyard. I just, all right, I'll get to one of those later, and I never do. So yeah, it's one of those cars. Not that I hated it or anything. It's just that when you had other cars to choose from, this one lost out. How's that? It's just the way it is. Because I'd be like the kid's dad. I'm like the old muscle cars. I'm like all into the old muscle cars, not the tuners that require a computer to tune it, to do a diagnostic tuning with. But as sad as it is, we do them today. I mean, cars are run by computers, so yeah. I wish I had that type of knowledge for them, to be honest with you. That would be kind of cool. I would love to be able to do something like that. Okay, so I got most of what I needed done on the. Well, let me get this side done. I can't do anything else. I'm going to have to build the engine. So after I get this side semi-built, I'm going to have to build the engine. So I guess it's a good thing that I have partially put one together over there. Got a little bit of a head start. I've got a block. I've got the lower end crank bearings. Got the pistons in it. Got the oil pan in it too, on it as well. So I have the lower end all done. It's just a matter of trying to figure out all the parts for the upper end. Double checking all my stuff here. Yeah, it looks like we're doing good. And yeah, I can't put any of the half shafts in just because, of course, I don't have the steering rack in there. And I don't have the steering rack in there because I am going to take the transmission out right now. Alright, dump that down. Go ahead and strip body parts off of it. What do we got here? The window. Is there anything down the bottom? Nope, nope, nope. Windshield. Headlights. Headlights. Hood. Oof. Door. Ooh. Front fender. I think we are golden there. Yep. I think we are good to go. And I'm just going to dump out these body parts because, to be quite honest with you, we are going to dress this car up. But I will say this. Ryan Peterson gave me the livery for this. He made it up for me. Thank you, Ryan, very much. And you'll see this here in a few minutes after we get this thing built and get it in the paint shop. Right now, I gotta get this stuff. But there are a few parts, and I don't have. I was gonna take some notes, but hopefully I can get it together and it not look silly. Some of the parts, they're, they don't match up with the livery very well. So we're going to go a minimum customization on this thing, just so that I can make the livery work well. Okay, all these parts do not look like they're in bad shape, so I think I could probably... Oh, man. That was not good. Alright. What did I mess up? Let's go ahead and dump these old tires off. There we go. Figure. Jeez. Wow. Okay. Let's go get a new battery. That's probably the worst battery I have ever seen at 1%. Did you see that? 1%. Let's jump into the catalog. Power boost, engine, air filter, 1. Brakes, I needed the ABS module. And I needed the fan housing. I think that's all I need. If I saw that right. Okay, good battery. Oh, no. That is not at all what I want. Wow. How I missed that, I don't know. Okay, so brand new servo. Okay. I think the radiator was in good shape, yep. The fan housing. Yep, it's in good shape. Now for the air filter. Let's give this bad boy some beef, shall we? 'Cause, I mean, come on. Born to race? You were born to race, so you might as well have some power behind it. The second movie, it looks like, the first movie, I guess he, the drag racing was for the racing school scholarship. So the second movie picks up with the scholarship, I think. So, I thought I've wasted money on this. Jeez. Yep, that's what I thought. I bought the wrong part. Always. Alright, so I think I got everything underneath the hood, okay. Let's go grab the engine hoist. Send her over to the 1. We'll go ahead and send this over to 1 as well, along with the interior cleaner. So we'll go ahead and take care of you. Take care of you. we've got a nice clean WRX now. Okay, so I believe should be able to take that off. Is that a... No, I can take that right off. Alright, so what kind of seats does this bad boy have in it? Okay, we'll check it out here in a second. Let's go ahead and yank the motor. I have oil in this? Wow, that's surprising. Of all the cars I've had, you know, this one looked like it was in bad shape. I did get it out of the junkyard, so none of the cars in the junkyard have had oil in them, so I don't know why this one did. That's fine, though. We'll take care of it. Let's yank the motor out of that. I think we've got everything in line, right? Yeah. Global body condition, 1%. Yeah, because I don't have anything in it. Let's see here. Seat 6D. Seat 6D leather. Seat 6D, huh? Ah, 6D. Yeah, I'll go with that. And it had the lot steering wheel in it. So, but I'm gonna go. I mean, this is Born to Race, right? Let's put a nicer one in it. We are going to go with that one. All right, let's step over here. And voila. Haha. Alright, we got a brand new interior going on here. Let me clean out some of my inventory of this garbage I don't need. Don't need any of that anymore because I don't need this engine either. Alright, let's build this engine. So like I said, I've got the lower end done. Look at that nice turbo. The crankshaft all in. Now what I need to do is figure out water pump, roller, filter, and engine head. La 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 la. So I4. So let's gather up the water pump. I4B for the water pump. Need a roller. Oh, hang on. For the I4, I also need the oil filter as well. Roller. Let's get 3 of those. Get 3 of those. Just to have them. Ooh, I wanted to jump into the power boost shop here. Pick up I4. Alright, I4B. I think that's going to be my I4B. Man, I hope so. I4B. Yes! Oh, look at that. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Alright, one roller in. It's a good thing I picked up more rollers because I got another one right here. Oil filter. Alright, what are we going to need here? We need the exhaust manifold. 2. Oh, this looks like it's going to have something clamping down on here. I need intake manifold, exhaust manifold, camshaft, and bearings. And bearings, it looks like. It looks like I'm going to have to get the bearings too. So, I4B, 2 of few. Exhaust manifold, one of few. Do I have an intake manifold? Yes, I do. And let's go ahead and pick up spark plugs. 4 of those. Now I believe this is going to be coil ignition, so let's get right ahead and grab 4 of those. Now I know I'm going to need camshaft bearing caps. I just don't know which ones yet. Isn't that pretty? That turbo on there is so pretty. Okay, let's get these spark plugs in. Intake manifold. Alright, what's underneath here? Ooh, okay. Fuel injectors. V6 throttle body. Okay, so fuel injectors. Okay, 4 of those. Throttle. V6B. Yeah, there we go. Woohoo! This is it's gonna be a pretty looking motor by the time I get done with it. Okay, I got one more coil underneath there, or fuel rail. Alrighty. Okay, so what am I gonna need here? Let's clear off my list, because some of this I can't remember. So we are going to cheat a little bit. Okay, so how do I... thought there was a way to add that to the list. Anyway, alright, so we're going to need a cam gear. Camshaft caps, 1, 2, 3, 4. Need 8 of those. And cam gear. So we'll go I4B again. Camshaft caps, we need 8 of those, right? Camshaft gear, yes. The serpentine belt, I'm going to guess I'm going to need. Timing chain, I'm going to need. What is the other cam gear at? That one right there, I believe. So we've got all those, all the makings of that. Isn't there a cover that goes on the back of that? I think I need the engine head cover. I did get the timing chain, right? I don't know if I did or not. I'll go ahead and grab that. Timing chain cover. There it is down here. There it is. Okay. I did not get the cam gear. So let's go ahead and get the cam gear. That one right there. This will be interesting. I think I've got everything. That's the belt for it. Ooh, I needed a tensioner. I should have known better. Should have known to get one of those. So let me properly torque down my camshaft caps. There we go. Concentrating on these things. Okay, should be a cover. Yep. There we go. Engine coils. What else we got going on here? We definitely need to get... We need to have a performance engine or timing chain cover back here because this isn't going to look ugly. Look at that. Brushed nickel aluminum looking thing on the back of a chrome head. Just doesn't look right. Okay, so that's all done. That's all done. I need a... Yeah. I think that's all I'm going to need. Belt tensioner. Woohoo. This engine is coming together. Oh, sorry about that. There we go. Fingers got a little screwy on that one. And the cover. Oh, we need to do the crankshaft, so we're not completely out of the woods yet. Crankshaft pulley, okay. We're going to need the other belt, so... Let's go I4. The belts that we have here. Belt B, which I think I'm going to need another tensioner. Let's go ahead and grab another tensioner, just in case, and crankshaft. Alright, now this should be the final pieces. I don't need a tensioner, I just need a roller. Dang. Wasted money on that. Okay, so the engine is put together. I am happy with that. Let's go ahead and take her off there. Put her into our WRX. There we go. Let's move you out of the way. Ooh, pretty, pretty, pretty. Now, let's jump in here. Let's get ourselves a performance gear. We need the i4, but it was a four-wheel drive. If it was a this one right here, I believe it is. Yeah. We're gonna grab that. I don't think we actually need anything else. I gotta put the starter in eventually. So that's a beautiful thing. That looks beautiful underneath there. Okay, with that in place, I can go with the drive shaft. Yeah, there we go. We're cooking with gas now. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Drive shaft's got a little... Wait a minute. I had a drive shaft. What happened to it? Did I sell it? I probably sold this stupid thing. Good grief. You know, I guess I get kind of part selling happy, and I do sell off some things. Alright, that is all done. I need to put in the exhaust section A. Is that a performance thing or no? Let's go I4. Yeah, I don't think so. How unfortunate is that? Well, I was looking in the exhaust and it won't give me. I think it's that one or that one. Jeez, I don't know which one it is. The A section. So that's done. I've got that all together. Okay, that is cool. No other exhaust system on. This is much like the Evo. All right, let's bring you down. Let's put oil in you before I forget that. You know how that goes. All right, and then a trip to the body shop. Find ourselves some WRX parts. So this should be pretty easy because I only have one WRX in my files, so it should be pretty easy. WRX. Kaboom! There we go. We are going to go. I want it as open as I can, so we're going to try. I'm going to try and go with the bumper C. That has a roof vent. I don't want that with the roof vent. Glass is glass. It doesn't have. We're going to go with the stock fender flares. We'll go with the darker headlights. How's that? Go with the regular. Ooh, different types of different types there. Let's see if we can go with that rear bumper, that rear clamshell. Rear window, front headlight, and we're gonna go with that trunk. Okay, I think we've got all the parts and pieces that we need. Let's cross our fingers that I got the right ones. It should be pretty simple. Yeah, this is what I'm curious about. I think those will fit in there. Okay, yep. I'm good with that. Regular taillights. Regular rear camshell. Rear window. We'll see how the livery works out because I know. Oh, what? I didn't get that door? Ryan did say there was some issues with some of the parts, so. Did I get one regular and one dark? I did, didn't I? I'm such an idiot. Why did I do that? Why did I do that? I didn't get the driver's door. There we go. Whatever. Why I didn't do that, I have no idea. Yeah, so both dark ones. There we go. Good. Now if this had tinted windows, this would be perfect. Okay, I believe that we are 100%. Oh, wait a minute. Global parts condition. Oh, I don't have. What do I not have? What do I not have? License plates for sure. starter? Oh, yeah. Duh. Put oil in it, but didn't put the starter on it. Okay, starter. Alright, I think we are... Yeah, I think we are good. Okay, so just a quick check on the wheels. Yeah, I'm gonna have to... I gotta do it. The rears have got to go bigger. Got to be a little thicker. So, let's... the profile needs to be changed. I need to change the profile on these. Let's go ahead and yank these off real quick. We have a little bit of time. I mean, I had a jump start on the motor. I mean, come on. So what I want is a set of 275 35s. We're on 20-inch 275 35s. That's what I wanted. There we go. This will be nice and quick. Let's go ahead and sell off crap I don't need. Had 2 timing chains. Go figure. Alright. So yeah, looking pretty good here. Looking pretty good. Alright. This is not going to take much longer at all. And I'd love to take this thing out on a track just to see how it would do. Let's go ahead and add this on while we are waiting for the other tire. Take a quick step back. Yeah. Yeah, that looks a heck of a lot better. So our rears are just a little bit wider than the fronts. With this being a four-wheel drive, basically, an all-wheel drive vehicle, you really should have a square setup, but I wanted to go a little wider on the back. So yeah. I don't remember where this movie was filmed at. It does look like California, so I am going to put a set of California plates on it. And we're just going to go born to race. Does it fit all on her? Yes, it does. How about that? Alright. Okay, the STi is going to go for the paint shop. Whoa, yeah, paint shop. Now we want to paint her a white, definitely. Want it white. So we're going to go all the way up and take the saturation to nothing. So this is going to be all white. And we're going to give her the Born to Race livery. Yes, sir. Alright. I may have to take a look at this livery again. I think I messed it up when I saved it. Let's see. She looks a little off, doesn't she? She looks a little screwed up, so I may have to fix that. There we go. 533 horsepower with 503 pounds of torque there. Foot-pounds of torque. There we go. Alright. Unfortunately, I don't know why the livery came out so sad looking here. Let me take it back into the paint shop. Alright. Give me a couple minutes. I'm gonna find out what's going on here. close this all up. Yeah, something's off because this is never bad like this. Okay, hang on 1 second. There we go. I don't know why it was kind of goofy, but there we go. That's what we're talking about. I don't know why. I was gonna say, man, he does an awesome job on these liveries, so I don't know why it was gonna be all goofy like that. So there we go. Alrighty, there we go. Born to race, the WRX STi. There we go. Beautiful machine, isn't it? Alright, well, thanks for hanging with me today. Hope you enjoyed the episode, and I hope everything is going well for you out in the world. If you feel like it, please consider subscribing to the channel. I'd love to have you as a subscriber, and love to have any suggestions you may have. So, but for next time, keep customizing out there. I will see you later. This is Hurst Quayzar saying goodnight, and I am out.